Yes, yes. Welcome back to the Bad Guys Podcast. I'm your host, King Walker, and I am back with another episode of Old Ass Rappers Say the Craziest Thing. I'm here to get your week started off. I usually get the week started off with some local news and things like that, worldly news. But I guess we had to get into some hip hop stuff. It's kind of carrying over from last week, but a lot of stuff I wanted to get to, a lot of stuff I heard in the streets that nobody really pinpointed on that I think they should have. So I'm gonna get to it for you guys. I got Ice Cube congratulating Kendrick. I'm gonna show that first. I also had Busy B, the old nigga I was talking about, talking crazy on Vlad TV. I wouldn't say crazy. He has his opinions. Some things I'm sitting here saying talking crazy, and a lot of the things that he was saying were right. So shout out to Busy B. I'm gonna play those videos soon. Dame Dash. I'm gonna get to the Dame Dash versus Cameron thing. He posted a video earlier. I'm gonna get to that. Um, and I think that's it. I think that's pretty much all I got. Matter of fact, I do got a little bit more. Sneak that in there too. Um, but let's get to Ice. Let's do Ice Cube first. Ice Cube shows love to Kendrick Lamar for his use of storytelling. Ice Cube shows love to Kendrick Lamar for using his music to deliver powerful messages through storytelling. Ice Cube says, to me, it's a lot of artists that are out there still doing that. It's just a not pushed by what you call mainstream, which is true. So it seems like they're not as loud. But then you got artists like Kendrick Lamar, who's one of the loudest, and he puts a lot of thought in symbolizing the metaphors in his music, which I do agree. He does a lot of things that the newer rappers don't do, the newer generation don't do. Like I said, shout out to Kendrick for that. Shout out to Ice Cube, one of the greats, for highlighting that. And once we get into these further topics in this night, um, this will let it be said. I'm not the biggest Kendrick fan. I'm not the biggest Drake fan. I'm a huge Ice Cube fan. He's one of the greats, top five, top 10, wherever you want to put him. I'm not gonna do that tonight. We'll do that another night. I've done that before. But anyway, yeah, shout out to Ice Cube and Kendrick at the start. That need to be put out there. Usually we don't do stuff like that. Um, on to the main topic. If you see the topic, rapper versus MC. Now this has been brought up by legendary rapper, legendary MC, Busy B. He recently went on Vlad TV. I'll play the video, but he said a lot of things. He had a lot of things to say as far as just Drake, Kendrick, Ice Cube, Jay Z, Tupac. He had a lot to say, but he was throwing he threw some truth out and threw some things where he had the internet scratching their head. Um, of course, he was asked about this, and of course, he's gonna throw his thing in there. And this is coming from, once again, this is the '80s rapper, y'all. This is not even '90s. This is one of the pioneers. This is one of the first. I know there's a few young viewers on here, but understand he's older and understand he has his ways, and especially from New York. I don't think Drake is hip hop. He don't kick off to me as hip hop artist, but Kendrick does. Kendrick is hip hop. Kendrick talks culture. Now, I'm not too big on this rap and black culture thing. I'm not the one to do that. I think those two should be separate. I don't think I think they should be separate. But that's not the topic. Um he also said, yeah, matter of fact, let me just play the damn video. Let me just play the damn video.
You've said that Drake is not hip hop, but Kendrick is definitely hip hop.
Right. I would say that again. To me, I don't think Drake is hip hop. Kendrick hip hop. Yes, I believe that because, again, Kendrick talks the culture. It's not just about bitches and hoes and how much money you got and the cars you drive. You know what I mean? Which the rappers do. That's what they do. That's what the rappers do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Drake. Now he's saying, or if that's what y'all call it, that he don't kick off to me as a hip hop artist. So that's my take on Drake. But Kendrick does. Before it's not like us or they not like us. I'm talking before.
Yeah.
Kendrick was considered hip hop to me.
Well, who would you consider the 5 greatest MCs, excluding yourself?
KRS-One.
In no particular order. KRS-One.
Okay. Right. Rakim.
Okay, that's 2.
Big Daddy Kane.
3.
I'm gonna get back to that in a minute because there's a longer video that I will have to play that I want to get to as far as referring to Jay-Z. So I'll get back to that in a minute. This is from Tony the Dome on X, Twitter. They are both hip hop. You rap on over 100 songs, but you aren't hip hop. You are not hip hop. Drake been on songs with Jay-Z, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Bun B, Rick Ross, Kendrick, J. Cole, Andre 3K, T.I., Elzhi. He was on a song with Elzhi? Fonte, Lil Brother, and more. Yeah, I agree. You could say you don't like him, but Drake, not hip hop, is BS. And I agree. I'm gonna have to sit here and agree with him. I know it's the new thing to knock Drake or whatever, but it's tough. Like, I understand the beef right now. I understand the beef going on. I understand all that. But the dude be rapping, no matter if you don't think he's writing this stuff. I think it's a lot to do that. I think it's a lot to say he's not hip hop. I agree with that.
Drake is not hip hop, but Kendrick is definitely hip hop.
Right. I would say that again. To me, I don't think Drake is hip hop. Kendrick hip hop. Yes, I believe that because, again, Kendrick talks the culture. It's not just about bitches and hoes and how much money you got and the cars you drive. You know what I mean? Which the rappers do. That's what they do. That's what the rappers do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Drake. Now he's saying, or if that's what y'all call it, that he don't kick off to me as a hip hop artist. So that's my take on Drake. But Kendrick does. Before it's not like us or they not like us. I'm talking before.
Yeah.
Kendrick was considered hip hop to me.
Well, who would you consider the 5 greatest MCs, excluding yourself?
KRS-One.
In no particular order. KRS-One.
Okay. Right. Rakim.
Okay, that's 2.
Big Daddy Kane.
3.
Dougie Fresh.
Okay, it's a good one. 4.
That's my student. That's the one I brought up.
Nice.
And I'll put Kendrick on for the new
Kendrick. Okay.
The new up and coming.
Now, the people you excluded on this list: Eminem.
He's a dope MC. He's a dope MC. But now, the reason why I wouldn't put him as one of my tops, because he's a dope MC that don't want to be seen as dope.
What do you mean?
He don't come out. He'll come out and do a record and that's it. He don't come out. You don't see.
He's not outside.
Right.
Right.
But he is a
Tupac.
dope MC. Tupac was a dope MC. He was a dope MC. And he told me that I was a dope MC.
Yeah, he was a real hip hop fan.
Yeah. Pac, Big, I used to help Black Rob. See, I did artist development work for Andre Harrell.
Oh, okay.
So
Uptown.
Shine, yeah. So Shine, Black Rob. It was certain artists that he paid me to.
Well, when they were on Bad Boy, yeah.
Right. To work for.
Okay.
To work with.
So Biggie's not on your list either.
Biggie is dope.
Yeah.
But we ain't get a chance to hit. See, now, I knew Biggie from the streets with Mr. C and them when they was doing the street thing. That didn't appear to me like if it was when he went into the studio. But when he got in the studio, I knew he knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
So I knew Big was going to be super dope. But we didn't get a chance.
Well, in that clip, he kept going on that clip, and he referred to Jay-Z as not being an MC, which threw me off, which threw a lot of people in there off, I want to say. When he said Jay-Z was not an MC, that's where he kind of lost me. Busy Bee, like I said, yeah, I agree with Gerard. Like, yo, and me in this, I'm not a Jay-Z fan. I don't even call him the H word. I think grown men call him another man that you niggas got issues. But he did say it. He said Jay-Z is not a MC. Also, Busy Bee, during that same interview, Jay-Z is not an MC. So now, is his word still law, or are you only dick riding Drake? It's always Drake. It always comes back to Drake again. Yeah, I think he's absolutely. And like I said, I'm not the biggest Jay-Z fan. I don't even put Jay-Z in the top 10. And if I do, he's 10. But he is an MC. You wouldn't ask Big Daddy Kane that. Because he put Big Daddy Kane in his top 5, but Big Daddy Kane put Jay-Z on. Well, that's Jay-Z's OG. Like, so I don't know. I don't know where he came with the Jay-Z's not an MC thing. He was tripping. He was tripping. And like I said, I'm not into all that Jay-Z stuff. Sometimes, like I said, he's nice, but when like I said, when these old rappers, we gotta check them. We gotta check their mental. We gotta make sure they're mentally right. Because if Biggie, what's the difference? To me, honestly, Biggie is and Jay-Z. I don't know what like I said. Maybe I know people got their thing with Jay-Z, just like people got their thing with Drake or Kendrick or whatever. But you gotta start being realistic. Like I said, these old niggas get up on this camera. Not just old niggas. Niggas just get up on this camera and just talk. Whatever. Gotta be careful of it. Especially with this hip hop thing, especially with this. Yeah, especially with this hip hop thing. So you kind of shift the genre when you say things like that. You kind of affect things. And I don't think that was cool to say, but he has an opinion, and we all got ours, right? Like I said, he said this nigga's tripping. Yeah, he was tripping, man. He was tripping. I don't know what he got going on. What KRS-One? I don't think KRS-One would have said that. I don't think KRS-One would have said that. I said, I think. Hip hop's everywhere, man. Nas is hip hop. Anyway. Speaking of Biggie, do I want to play this Jay-Z Biggie story? And this Fat Joe Biggie story? No, I don't think I'll pass. What is this video? I don't even want to play that either. Okay. Dame Dash. You know, these have been going back and forth all week. Well, I won't even say all week, for the last few months. Dame Dash is fine. I think Dame Dash has finally figured this internet thing out. Be honest. Dame Dash is suing Cameron for 300 million for defamation of character. Suit claims Dame Dash has suffered reputational harm, emotional distress, and loss of business opportunity, as well as business disparagement and financial interference regarding the Dash Group. Dame might Dame know how to work the internet. He said he done got his eyes fixed. He can see now. He's no longer see now.
So, I'm sitting here on the dock looking at the view, and I'm thinking, like, why am I beefing with Cam? And the only reason why is because I just never got to talk to him. He publicly said he wasn't going to talk to me, but almost every OG from Harlem and everyone I respect is like, yo, cut this shit, it's embarrassing. So, Daniel spoke to Cam, and we could resolve this. I just want to talk to him, and it's over. And if you need to, because we can't publicly have us as black people beefing with each other. That's just what they want. They use us to tear each other down. They don't do it. We do it to ourselves, but they usually pay us to do it. And I'm not going to get caught up in that. So I'd prefer to squash this. I want to apologize to Harlem because I know this was embarrassing for Harlem. And I'm man enough, but the thing is, in Harlem, we deal with things different. It also comes with violence. And I can't be violent, and I won't be violent. And I don't want any of my friends to be violent. My job is to keep them out of jail. So the only way I can deal with things, to keep certain things out of the algorithm, is to answer as soon as somebody says something. And my version of violence is just lawsuits. If I could take it to the streets, I would, but we can't. And the Italian Godfather, part 2, he killed his brother. The black Godfather don't kill his brother. He teaches his brother. So, again, if y'all want to sit down and work it out, I don't even want to be a part of that project that y'all doing. I don't really understand what it is. But I feel like 50, Cam, me, if together we show that we could be beefing, pause, and then come together and maybe do a TV show together, something different, or a movie or something, just showing the world that we can work together, then we would prove everyone wrong. They love us tearing each other down, and I'm not doing that shit. And I apologize to my OGs for embarrassing you. But I just wanted to talk to him. And he finally talked to, he finally replied when I hit him with the lawsuit, and I was like, nah, now go talk to Daniel. And if you want to, Daniel, if you want, please arrange us to have a sit down. You can bring who you want. And also 50, you're invited too. But instead of us talking about each other on fucking social media like clowns, let's sit down and talk like real men. Let's take this off the street. The street right now is the internet, and this shit is corny. So I don't want to fight with y'all no more. Now, I heart, that's different. And Revolt, Vladtv, same thing. You stopped replying to me 2 days before I went to the Breakfast Club, but I don't work for you. I am the chairman. When I'm on Revolt with my content, I'm the chairman because I don't talk to your staff. I talk to mine, which I have. I'm the chairman of America New when it's on Revolt. So to me, if the Breakfast, I won't get into it, but we can have a sit down too, because I'm not going to stop legally. I'm going to respond. That's what I didn't do before, and this is what I've learned. This is the only way I can fight. But you're not going to line me up and set me up. So you can come to the conversation as well. Bring who you want. Charlemagne, you're not invited. I need real men, pause, masculine. We need to speak like masculine men in each other's eyes and deal with all those problems. So I'm still if y'all coming at me, pause, I'm gonna always hit back. But I'd rather squash this, pause. And please don't take my grace as weakness. We're in front of a lot of people, and this is not the right example. Later.
What did I start this show off with? These old niggas on the internet talking. And that's how I'm going to end the show. Thank you, guys. Matter of fact, yeah, them niggas need to figure it out. Which they probably won't. Which we probably don't want them to, because it's good content to see them go at this and all that. Anyway, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm going up out of here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Check me out. I got more episodes on the way this week. I got a lot of topics and a lot of plans. Make sure you subscribe to the TikTok, Bad Guys Pod, the Instagram, Bad Guys Pod, Facebook, Bad Guys Podcast, and of course the YouTube, Bad Guys Pod. Bad Guys out. I'm King Walker.